Hey there tech fans, Rick here again from the OREI team. In today's video, I'd like to help you better understand the differences between a standard HDMI matrix and extension kit and the brand new ToVi X2 solution from OREI. Now both of these products allow you to very easily control and extend your HDMI media content to multiple remote locations at the same time, but they do it slightly differently. So in this video, I'd like to start off with a basic understanding of how these two systems operate, and then I'll take a closer look at both of the products and explain the components involved. I'll do a quick demonstration as well to show you the differences and how these are deployed and how they operate. And then I'll come back one more time and point out some of the pros and cons of both of these solutions so you can pick the exact right one for your situation. So let's get started with the understanding of these two solutions. And I'll start with the HDMI matrix and extender. So this product is really easy to use. Essentially, you'll connect the transmitter up to your media devices, and then at each one of your remote locations, you'll have a receiver unit that's connected to a display, and all of those remote locations connect back to the primary location over a LAN network. And it's really easy to deploy. It provides a lot of control over how you distribute that HDMI media content to each one of those locations. You also have network connectivity, so you can control it from a PC on your network through the graphical user interface, or you can use a remote control. Now the challenge with something like this, where it's a dedicated unit, is that it has limitations. So for example, this unit has 4 inputs, so I can use 4 different media devices and up to 8 outputs, but I can't expand it beyond that. It's limited to 4 inputs and 8 outputs, which might work well for your location, but if you need to expand it, you can't really do that with this unit. But it is really simple to deploy. Now in contrast, the ToVi X2 solution is a software-defined solution. And what that means is you'll have a transmitter and a receiver, you'll have some type of network switch, typically a PoE switch, and you'll have a video network hub. It's software controlled, which means you have complete control over how that media content is sent to each of your locations, and you can control sending that same media content to all the locations at the same time, or certain locations. You can use it as a splitter, you can use it as a matrix, you can use it as a switch, so it has a lot more flexibility, but it tends to be slightly more complicated. So this one gives you a lot more expandability and flexibility. This one gives you simplicity, but it has limitations on how large you can make the system. But both of these do an excellent job of distributing 4K content to multiple remote locations at the same time. They both provide tremendous control over how that video is being distributed across your network. But keep in mind, flexibility, a little more complicated. Simplicity, somewhat limited as far as expansion goes. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both of these products and explain the connections and how the products interoperate. I'll do a quick demonstration of both of these solutions, and then I'll come back with a few final thoughts to help you decide which of these two is right for you. To start with, this is an HDMI matrix and extender kit that's a dedicated product. Now, the unit I have in front of me is the UHD 48-EX230-K. And this provides 4 media connections for media devices that I'd like to share the content from, and 8 output connections. 4 of those are HDMI local connections, and 4 of them are extensions, which means I can connect the LAN cable between the transmitter and one of these receiver units at a remote location to distribute that media content to that location at the same time that I'm showing it on a local monitor. So this gives me complete control over the media content, where it's being displayed, and because it's a matrix, I can send the same media content to all my locations at the same time, or I can mix and match the media content with each of the locations as needed. It's a really easy product to deploy. Like I'd mentioned, you'll basically plug this into a wall outlet, connect up your media devices, put these at remote locations, connect them back to the primary location with a LAN cable, and then connect it to a monitor at the remote location, and you can start distributing your media content. So again, the advantage of a dedicated HDMI matrix and extension kit is the fact that you can deploy it very quickly, very simple to operate, very easy to understand, but it does have limitations where I can't actually add any more extensions or any more local connections because this is designed with limitations for 4 media devices and up to 8 outputs on the back end. Now I have the ToVi X2 solution from OREI, which is a software-defined product that allows you to basically create virtual versions of the dedicated HDMI matrix and extension kit I just showed you. And what I have in front of me are the basic components that include a transmitter module at your primary location connected to your media device, and a receiver module at the remote location for display of that content, a video network hub, which contains the software that defines the relationships between your transmitters and the receivers, and some type of network connectivity, preferably a PoE switch, because these modules all utilize the latest in power over Ethernet technology, which means the minute you plug them into a PoE capable switch, you eliminate the need for a power supply because the power required for the modules is sent over that same LAN connection. Now the advantage to a ToVi solution is that it's ultimately expandable. You can start with a single transmitter and a single receiver, which acts like an HDMI extension kit for sharing that content with a single location. But you can easily add secondary receivers at other locations, which essentially turns the transmitter into a splitter where that same media content is sent to multiple locations. You can add a second transmitter and create a switch relationship where you can decide which of those media streams is being sent to each location. You can even create a matrix relationship that does similar things. So there's a lot more flexibility involved with the ToVi solution because, again, as your network expands and your requirements expand, you can add additional receivers or additional transmitters to accommodate that. You can also change the profile through the software on the video network hub anytime you need to with the click of a mouse. So you can start with a single transmitter and multiple receivers. Again, you can add additional components, and all of that's controlled through the video network hub. So essentially, it's a lot more flexible and a little bit more complicated to deploy. But again, comparing this to the dedicated HDMI matrix and extension kit, it provides a lot more flexibility. In this first example, I'll show you just how easy it'll be to use a dedicated HDMI matrix and extender with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up two small media players. One of them is looping a video, and the other one is displaying an image of a game console just to make it easy to tell them apart. And that's the media content I'd like to share with my remote locations. Over here I've set up two monitors. Each one of these represents a different remote location where I'd like to enjoy the content from that primary location. In front of me, I have the transmitter module here and two remote receivers. Now this particular product will actually accommodate 4 media devices at the same time and up to 8 display devices. But I'm only using 2 because I want to compare it directly with the ToVi X2 system. Now the first set of connections I'll make are from the media devices directly to the transmitter. I've already connected 2 high-speed HDMI cables up to the players. The other end of those plug into the HDMI input port on the back of the transmitter. And it's important to use a high quality cable for all of these connections to ensure the best possible quality on your output monitors. And now we're ready to connect the monitors at each of the remote locations up to the receivers. I have 2 more high-speed cables here, and I'll plug those into the HDMI output port on both of those receivers. And now we're ready to add power to the transmitter. I've already plugged in the power supply. The other end of that cable has a barrel connection on it with a locking collar, which plugs directly into the rear of the unit. And then I'll turn this on. And the minute I turn that on, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics, and it's also checking the resolution of the media devices, and it's looking for any output device. And right now I have none connected. So what I'll do is connect the LAN connection between the transmitter and the receiver, and that'll provide power for both of those receivers, and they'll start their internal power on self-test and also check the resolution of the monitors. Once they handshake, it'll start transmitting media content over that LAN connection. These have to be a Cat6 or a Cat7 cable. I have 2 Cat6 cables right here, and I'll plug one end into the LAN port in the rear of the unit on channel 1 and the other one in channel 2. And once I've made those connections, I'll plug the other end into the receivers. And the minute I do, they're supplied power. So they're going through their power on self-test right now, checking the electronics. They're also checking the resolution of the monitors to negotiate the best possible picture on your output displays. And there you go. So what you're viewing here is content from these media players that's passed through the matrix. It's been converted into a signal that can be sent over the LAN cable, then converted back into an HDMI signal for display in these monitors. The other thing this does is because it's a PoE capable product, it's also sending power to the remote locations, which eliminates the need for a power supply. Now because it's a matrix, I can send the same media content to all my locations, or I can mix and match the output as needed. So right now I've got input 1 going to output 1 and input 2 to output 2. But if I'd like to send the same content, that'll put whatever's on channel 1 to both of the monitors at the same time. It takes a second to make that adjustment for the resolution. And once it does, you'll see it come up on both of the monitors. Okay, so there's the same input being sent to both, and I can change them by just tapping a button or using a remote control. Now I've moved both output displays to input number 2. And again, it takes a second for the negotiation to take place, adjust the resolution, and you'll see them both come up. And there's the video. So a matrix gives you a lot of flexibility. It's a very simple product to install, but it does have limitations on how many input and output devices you can connect. Stay tuned next and I'll show you how the ToVi X2 solution works. In the second example, I've set up the ToVi X2 software solution and I've already made all of my connections, which I'll explain now. Right here I have two small media players. Again, one of them is looping a video, the other one is displaying an image of a game console so I can tell them apart. I have them connected through an HDMI cable to each one of the transmitters. Over here I have two receivers that are connected to these two monitors through an HDMI cable, and these represent two different remote locations where I'd like to enjoy the content from the primary location. And right here I have the video network hub. Now I've plugged all of these modules into a PoE capable switch, which will provide power for the modules, eliminating the need for a power supply at each location, and it also forms the network for me to share my media content between my inputs and my outputs. Now right now I've got it set up as an HDMI extension relationship where transmitter 1 is sending media content to receiver 1 and 2 to 2, but I can easily change that through the software by simply dragging input number 1 to output number 2, and you'll see it change. And it's just that quick. And that's at a click of a mouse. So I can easily move media content around wherever I need it. So now I'll move input number 2 to both monitors. And again, it happens just that quickly. So I can create virtual relationships between the transmitters and the receivers using the ToVi solution that allows me to mimic dedicated products like an HDMI matrix or a switch or an HDMI extender inside of the same network at the same time. So the advantage to the ToVi system over a dedicated product is it provides the ultimate in flexibility. It does take a little bit more work to set it up, but I think the payoff is well worth it because I can easily add additional receivers and distribute the media content to multiple locations. I can add additional transmitters and then put different media products into those transmitters for distribution across my network. So it provides a tremendous amount of flexibility over how my media content's being distributed to all my displays. And it really is just that easy to get it working. Now here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing a software-defined ToVi X2 solution to a dedicated HDMI matrix and extender kit, because both of these products provide a lot of flexibility on how you can distribute an HDMI media stream to multiple remote locations at the same time, but they do it in slightly different ways. And I'll start off with the HDMI matrix and extension kit. This product's advantage is that it's very easy to deploy. You'll basically connect the transmitter up to your media devices, you'll place a receiver at each of the remote locations connected to a monitor, and then you'll connect those receivers back to the primary location using a standard LAN cable. And once that's done, you have complete control over how your media content is being sent to each of those remote locations, and you can do that through the buttons on the front or by using a remote control. You can even connect this to your local network and then open a web browser on any computer connected to the same network to access the graphical user interface inside, where you can modify configuration settings and change how that media content's being distributed. The challenge with a dedicated product like this is that it's limited to the number of connections. So this particular product allows me to connect 4 media devices and have 8 locations that media is distributed to. 4 of those are local and 4 of those are remote, but I can't expand it. So the product is limited to the configuration of that product when it's purchased. On the other hand, the ToVi solution is software defined, which is ultimately expandable. I can easily add additional receivers, additional transmitters. I can, through software, change the relationship between the transmitters and the receivers to make it an HDMI matrix or an HDMI switch, or even a splitter if I need to do that, where I can send the same media content to multiple locations at the same time. And all of that is controlled through software on the Video Network Hub. So it's a little bit more complicated to deploy, but it provides tremendous expansion and configuration choices through that software. And again, you'll connect this to a network, typically a PoE switch, and then log into this video network hub through the graphical user interface, which provides complete control over how that media content is being distributed to those remote locations. So to net it out, simple deployment, but limited as far as expansion goes, a little bit more complicated for deployment, but ultimate flexibility because of the software-defined nature of this product. Both of these do a great job, as I'd mentioned, to distribute your HDMI media content, and deciding between them really comes down to how many locations do you need, how many inputs do you need, and then deciding which of these two is right. And that's pretty much all I had for today. So until next time, thanks again for watching.